Hello, my name is David Russell, and I'm here to talk to you all about the ethical issue on spanking your children. I believe it's okay for a parent to discipline their child by spanking them. Spanking is just a way to stop problematic behavior, in my opinion. I believe that it can stick in their head for a long time, and it just reminds them mentally whenever they're thinking about or about to do something wrong, it reminds them of not to do so. If I go to the Bible in Proverbs 13:24, says, "Whoever spares the rod hates their children, but the one who loves their children is careful to discipline them." And I actually agree with this wholeheartedly because I agree with being able to discipline your child, but being careful about it. I think that you should spank your child because it works a lot more, and I know from experience when I was spanked that it works very well, and it helps me to remember what's right and what's wrong. And if I move to Proverbs 23, verses 13 and 14, it says, "Do not withhold discipline from a child. If you punish them with the rod, they will not die. Punish them with the rod and save them from death." There's a lot of different ways to interpret this, and I actually look at it literally. I think that you can save them from death. If you look at it and you have for example, you have your kids playing outside, and they're playing with their friends, they're just running across the road, and it's not safe for them, but you can just tell them, not to do that. We've all been kids before and done things we're not supposed to, but when a parent tells you no or something, it's not going to really affect you a whole lot. But if you spank your child, they could remember as they're fixing to cross the road that I probably shouldn't do this, and it could save their life. It could keep them from getting ran over. Or another example, if they're sticking forks in the outlet, I've tried to do that, but if you spank your child, they can remember not to do that because it reminds them not to do something that dangerous. A lot of people don't agree with spanking. They think it poses a serious risk for your child. They think that harming them in that way physically can hurt them in the long run, and they believe that it makes them more aggressive. They also believe that it lowers their IQ and just hurts them in the long run, and I do not believe in that. Elizabeth Gershoff says that physical punishment doesn't work to get kids to comply, so parents think they have to keep escalating it, and that's why it's dangerous. I don't believe in that statement whatsoever. If they escalate it, that's abuse. I'm talking about spanking your child for disciplinary reasons. I believe that if it doesn't work, you can go to other things to do it. The American Psychological Association says that physical discipline works in the short term, but makes a child much more aggressive in the long run. And I don't believe in this either. I was spanked as a child, and I don't think it made me more aggressive. If anything, in the long run, it helped me to remember what's right and what's wrong. I know that people say that parents need to learn just to tell their child no, or sit them in timeout. That didn't work. I took timeout as a joke. We were all kids. If you knew you were going to get in trouble, you wanted your parents just to say, "No, don't do that anymore." Or if you had to wait and you knew you were going to get in trouble, in a long car ride home, you just wanted them to say no. You didn't want to get spanked. You knew what that meant. And I just think that we're all adults and we're all going to be parents someday, some sooner than others. And I believe that regardless of your outlook on this subject, I think that you need to just be encouraged to discipline your child. And it's not wrong to discipline your child in any way, shape, or form. But spanking seems to work. I believe so. I was spanked as a kid, and I can still recall times when I needed to do it and when I don't, and I still know what I got spanked for. So I believe that it just helps, and all adults and parents need to be encouraged to do so.